Welcome back to Sky Sports News, where we've got some big breaking news tonight regarding the ownership of Chelsea. You can see our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has joined us now. Kaveh, what can you tell us?
Well, if you remember, just over 2 years ago, Chelsea were taken over by a consortium led by a group of US businessmen. And the two sort of public faces of the takeover were Todd Boehly and also Behdad Eghbali. Now, Behdad Eghbali is from a company called Clear Lake Capital, and they actually own 62% of the shares. Now, tonight, we can tell you that Clear Lake Capital are open to buying out Todd Boehly, but they will not be selling any of their own shares in Chelsea. Now, Clear Lake are totally committed to Chelsea. They remain totally committed, and they won't sell any of their 62% shareholding. Now, this has all come about this evening because a report has appeared on Bloomberg, a very well-respected financial news service. And according to this report, the different investors in Chelsea are looking at buying each other out. Now, I can say that Todd Boehly is considering selling his shares in Chelsea, but Clear Lake Capital are not interested at all in selling their shares under any circumstances.
Well, I think the number one thing is you got to be patient. You know, I think you're putting something together and you're expecting it to come together really quickly, and the reality is that anything really good takes a little bit of time. And so I think patience was always a thought. I mean, when we bought the Dodgers, you know, and we started the season in 2013, the team basically started 15-25.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were struggling, you know, but we kind of just kept sticking to the plan. And, you know, we knew that the plan, or we believed the plan, was the right plan at the time. And, you know, we went through a similar thing with Chelsea. You know, and you got to have the resolve to kind of not hear all the noise going on around you, and at the same time, you know, remain patient and committed to the plan.
And you feel good about your plan?
Further divide attention. Everything takes time. What was the premise on let me go get Chelsea?
There's no bigger sport in the world. So, you know, I think when you think about, you know, just the size and scale of football, you know, the European football, you know, it's just mind-numbing. And there's no better league in the world than the Premier League. I mean, you look at, you know, how these guys play, the speed with which they play the game. You know,